Evian. The Evian you're drinking today actually fell as rain and snow roughly 15 years ago. High in the French Alps, that water slowly filters through layers of glacial sand and rock before emerging at a spring near the town of Evian-les-Bains. Along the way, it naturally picks up minerals like calcium and magnesium, giving it its famously smooth taste. Under European law, Evian qualifies as a natural mineral water, meaning it cannot be chemically treated without losing that classification. The spring first gained attention in 1789 after a French nobleman claimed the water had improved his health. By the early 1800s, visitors were traveling to the region specifically to drink it, and in 1826, it began being bottled commercially. Today, Evian is sold in more than 140 countries, but part of its luxury appeal comes from its collaborations with designers like Christian Lacroix, Jean-Paul Gaultier, and Virgil Abloh, whose limited edition bottles have sold for hundreds of dollars. Fiji. Fiji water comes from an artesian aquifer hidden beneath the volcanic rock of Viti Levu, the largest island in Fiji. Rainwater slowly filters through layers of volcanic basalt before collecting underground, naturally absorbing silica, a mineral that contributes to the water's soft, almost silky mouthfeel. The company famously markets its product as being untouched by man until you twist the cap. Because the water is bottled directly above the aquifer, it never comes into contact with outside air until the bottle is opened. Ironically, while Fiji exports millions of bottles every year, parts of rural Fiji have historically struggled with reliable access to safe drinking water, creating an ongoing debate over the brand's environmental and social impact. Love it or hate it, Fiji has become one of the defining symbols of premium bottled water. Voss. Most people recognize the bottle long before they recognize the water. When Voss launched in 1999, the company built much of its identity around its striking cylindrical bottle, designed by a former Calvin Klein creative director. The minimalist glass design stood out so much that it quickly became a favorite in luxury hotels, upscale restaurants, and celebrity events. The water itself comes from a protected underground aquifer in southern Norway, isolated beneath layers of rock since the last ice age. Because the surrounding environment is sparsely populated, the water contains very low levels of dissolved minerals, giving it an exceptionally clean, crisp taste. Voss proved that sometimes the bottle can become just as famous as what's inside it. Acqua Panna. Acqua Panna begins its journey beneath the rolling hills of Tuscany, where rainwater slowly filters through sandstone in the Apennine Mountains, before reaching natural springs once located on land owned by the powerful Medici family during the Renaissance. Unlike highly mineralized waters, Acqua Panna develops an unusually soft and balanced profile that many sommeliers describe as smooth, round, and almost velvety. Rather than competing with food, it's designed to disappear into the background, allowing fine wines and delicate dishes to take center stage. That's why Acqua Panna has become the preferred still water in countless Michelin-starred restaurants around the world. San Pellegrino. San Pellegrino has been flowing beneath the Italian Alps for centuries, where groundwater naturally absorbs minerals and carbon dioxide before emerging at the spring. During bottling, the carbon dioxide is carefully collected, purified, and added back, preserving the water's signature sparkling character. Its lively bubbles and pronounced mineral profile give San Pellegrino a crisp, refreshing finish that pairs especially well with rich foods. That's one reason it's become a fixture in fine dining. The iconic green glass bottle appears on restaurant tables across more than 150 countries and has become almost as recognizable as the famous red star printed on its label. Gerolsteiner. If Evian is known for being soft, Gerolsteiner is famous for being the complete opposite. Drawn from Germany's volcanic Eifel region, the water travels through deep layers of dolomite rock, absorbing exceptionally high levels of calcium, magnesium, and bicarbonate along the way. Its total dissolved mineral content is among the highest of any major bottled water brand. The result is a bold, mineral-forward taste with natural carbonation that many first-time drinkers find surprisingly intense. In Europe, Gerolsteiner is often served with rich meals because its high bicarbonate content helps cleanse the palate between bites, making every sip feel almost like a reset. Icelandic Glacial. Icelandic Glacial comes from the Ölfus Spring, an underground reservoir formed by volcanic eruptions thousands of years ago. As rain and glacial meltwater slowly pass through porous lava rock, The volcanic stone naturally filters the water while adding only trace amounts of minerals. Because Iceland has little heavy industry and relies heavily on geothermal and hydroelectric power, the company became one of the first premium water brands to build its identity around carbon neutrality. Naturally alkaline and remarkably low in dissolved minerals, Icelandic glacial is often described as tasting so clean that it almost seems to disappear on your tongue. Svalbarði. Svalbarði may be one of the rarest bottled waters on Earth because it doesn't come from a spring at all. Instead, it's harvested from floating icebergs drifting off the remote Norwegian archipelago of Svalbard. The ice formed thousands of years ago, long before factories, cars, or modern pollution existed, preserving ancient freshwater locked inside Arctic glaciers. Collecting it is an expedition rather than a manufacturing process. Crews must locate suitable icebergs, transport them by boat, and melt the ice under carefully controlled conditions. Only a tiny number of bottles are produced each year, making Svalbarði less of a drink and more of a luxury collector's item. Filico. Filico looks less like bottled water and more like a royal crown trapped inside glass. Produced in Japan, every bottle is decorated with Swarovski crystals, gold-colored wings, and an ornate jeweled crown inspired by European royalty. The water itself comes from the Rokko Mountains near Kobe, a region known for naturally pure spring water. But few people buy Filico for hydration. In Japan, it's often purchased as a luxury gift for weddings, anniversaries, and special celebrations. Some limited edition bottles sell for hundreds of dollars, with the craftsmanship of the bottle becoming just as important as the water inside. Bling. Bling H2O was never designed to sit quietly on a supermarket shelf. Launched in 2005, the brand targeted celebrities, luxury hotels, and exclusive events rather than everyday shoppers. Its water comes from a spring in Tennessee, but the real attraction is the bottle, which is covered in hand-applied Swarovski crystals. The brand quickly found its way into Hollywood parties, music videos, and red carpet events, where carrying the bottle became part of the image. In many cases, customers weren't paying for exceptionally different water. They were paying for a bottle that looked more like a fashion accessory than a beverage.